Paris Olympics live updates Monday. Biles gets silver. Lyles Bednarek make 200m final. The 2024 Paris Olympics today features a packed track and field schedule as well as the last day of gymnastics, with Simone Biles securing another medal in the floor exercise final. USA Today Sports broke down all the happenings of the event. The men's soccer tournament has reached the semi-final round. Follow for live updates, highlights, and more. The Olympic track and field schedule on Monday features 4 finals, including men's pole vault and women's 800m. sports in total are in action, and USA Today Sports will bring you live results, medal count, highlights, and more throughout the day. Follow along. From NFL plays to college sports scores, all the top sports news you need to know every day. Lyles, Kenny Bednarek qualify for 200-meter final with USAyzNews, France. The 100 champion is off and running in the 200. Lyles coasted to an easy win in the men's 200 on Monday. Lyles took the lead around the turn, led comfortably down the home stretch and crossed the finish line in 20.19 seconds to win the 6th and final heat of the 200. Lyles is trying to become the first American sprinter to win Olympic gold medals in both the 100 and 200 since Carl Lewis did it at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics. All 3 American men advanced to the semifinals, with Kenny Bednarek, 19.97, 4th in his heat, and Ariane Knighton 5th in his heat, 19.99. Lindsay Schnell. Olympic soccer. Spain heads to gold medal game with win over Morocco. Juan Luis Sanchez scored in the 85th minute. The late goal Spain needed to reach the men's soccer final at the Paris Olympics in a 2-1 win against Morocco. Spain will make its 2nd straight appearance in the gold medal game, hoping to improve from a silver finish at the Tokyo Olympics. Fermin Lopez scored in the 66th minute to tie it for Spain, while Morocco's Soufiane Rahimi converted a penalty in the 36th minute to lead early. An electric run by Morocco, which beat the United States 4-0 and outscored opponents 11-2 before Monday's semi-final, comes to an end. Safed Team USA men's water polo advances to quarterfinal. The Team USA men's water polo squad is moving on to the quarterfinal after holding off Croatia on Monday at INA hard-fought battle. Team USA secured the 14-11 win on the strength of goals from Ryder Dodd and Alex Bowen, who had 2 goals apiece. They finished tied in 3rd place in their group and wait for the end of group play to determine who they will face in the quarterfinals. Beginning Wednesday, Kenyan steeplechase runner allowed to race in final A shove almost cost Amos Serum a shot at steeplechase glory. Making his way over a hurdle, Serum was pushed aside and missed the water jump. He would double back and nearly secure his spot in the final lap, but would finish 6th in the heat, just out of qualifying range. The top 5 runners in the heats qualify for the final. After appealing, the 21-year-old will be allowed to race in the 3,000-meter steeplechase final, making for 16 runners in the fold come Wednesday. American Kenneth Rooks advances to men's steeplechase final. St. Denis, France. Kenneth Rooks was the lone American to qualify for the men's 3,000 steeplechase final, finishing 2nd in the 3rd and final heat of the event, and clocking a time of 8 minutes and 24.95 seconds. He was less than a second behind the winner of that heat, Lamcha Germa of Ethiopia, who ran 8:23.89. The top 5 finishers in each of the steeplechase's 3 heats advanced to Tuesday's final. Team USA's other competitors, Matthew Wilkinson, 8 minutes and 16.82 seconds, and James Corrigan, 8 minutes and 36.67 seconds, finished 6th and 10th in their respective heats and will not advance. Lindsay Schnell. NBC's Lee Diffie owns up to botched 100-meter dash called while Noah Lyles had a night to remember. NBC broadcaster Lee Diffie had a moment to forget. Diffie was behind the microphone for Lyles' razor-thin victor in the men's 100-meter dash on Sunday, and he incorrectly called the race for Jamaica's Kishane Thompson. Diffie caught heat for the botched call, and on Monday, he owned up to it. The men's 100 was epic and closest of all time. My eyes and instinct told me Kishane Thompson won. Obviously, that wasn't the case. I shouldn't have been so bold to call it, but I genuinely thought he won. I got it wrong. I am thrilled for it, Lyles Noah, as his story only gets bigger. Diffie posted on X. Team USA women's beach volleyball squad eliminated Paris. Being perfect in pool play only took Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss, one of the USA's 2 women's beach volleyball teams with legitimate medal aspirations. So far, Nuss and Cloth fell to Canada's Brandy Wilkerson and Melissa Humana Paredes in two hard-fought sets 19-21 and 18-21 in the round of 16, ending their Olympic dreams. The tandem won all three of its pool play matches, but that didn't matter once the knockout round began. Against Canada, the first set featured runs from both teams, each side finding momentum only to lose it. Canada jumped out to the lead first. Then the USA made its play. A big block from Cloth gave the US a 11-9 advantage as part of an 8-1 run. The Canadians battled back to tie the set at 14, and Wilkerson's block put the Canadians back in front. Trailing 19-17, the USA found a way to tie it at 19. But Cloth's swing into the net gave Canada the first set victory. The Americans found themselves trailing again early in the second. Cloth, who finished with all 8 of the team's attack errors, struggled on serve-receive for the second straight match, and the US was in a 7-3 hole. The US hung in there, but an ace from Canada to make it 15-11 felt like a death knell. Until it wasn't. Nuss and Cloth scraped themselves back into the set. Cloth's block tied it at 18. Canada scored the final 3 points of the match to walk away victors. Crisp nbcolympics soccer. Semi-final matches underway while the US men's soccer team is out. A gold medal for the Olympic soccer tournament must still be awarded. There are 2 semi-final matchups on the docket Monday: Spain versus Morocco and France versus Egypt. USA Today Sports will provide live updates, highlights, and more from the fixtures. Team USA 3x3 women's hoops loses in OT to Spain. Paris. Foul trouble came back to bite Team USA in the women's 3x3 basketball semifinals Monday in a 18-16 sudden death loss to Spain that relegates them to the bronze medal game, where they will play Canada for the medal. The Americans led most of the way, but piled up 10 fouls in regulation, putting them in the perilous position in a format where the opponent gets 2 shots and the ball from that point on. After Spain scored the first point of sudden death on a driving layup by Sandra Garavide, Ryan Howard shot a 2-pointer that would have given the Americans the win but missed everything on the next possession. Dearica Hamby was called for holding a Garavide while trying to escape to the basket. She swished the foul shot to send Spain to the gold medal game. Hailey Van Lith had 8 points to lead Team USA, which couldn't win despite making 14 of 27 shots. Spain's 6 free throws were the difference. Spain got the game to overtime with a backdoor layup right before regulation expired. Dan Wolken Olympic beach volleyball. Americans Benish pertain onto quarterfinals. Paris. Onto the quarterfinals for men's beach volleyball tandem Andy Benish and Miles Pertain. Benish and Pertain defeated Italy's Samuel Codafava and Paolo Nicolai in 2 sets, 21-17 and 21-18. Pertain's ace in the second set to put the US up 16-11 helped the duo secure the match, and Benish followed with an ace to make it 18-13. Italy scored 5 of the next 7 points to make the Americans sweat. But a final Italian service of 8 total ended the match. In the first, they jumped out to a 13-8 lead and relied on the early margin to carry them to a set 1 victory. It's been an interesting games for the duo. They parted ways with their coach for unclear reasons over the weekend and have yet to be transparent on the matter. They won their final 2 matches of group play after starting these games with a loss to Cuba. Their 3-set victory over Brazil last week sent them into the round of 16 and a date with Italy. The youngest U.S. men's beach team in Olympic history will play the winner of Chile versus Qatar in the quarterfinals. Crisp Mbaka Delaney Schnell misses medal opportunity in Olympic diving. St. Denis, France. 2-time Olympic diver Delaney Schnell advanced to the women's 10-meter platform semifinals Monday but failed to move on to Tuesday's top 12 final. She finished 15th with a score of 271.95. Schnell pulled off an impressive recovery in prelims after a couple low-scoring dives to make the top 18, and she opened semifinals with strong first and second-round performances.